Welcome to Build Business 2020 First Time Virtual Experience with Melissa Lutz, Bethany Smith, Gavin Parr, and Marcy Thompson. I'm Julio Santos, and I'll be your moderator for today's session. We encourage your participation. Please use the chat box throughout the program and connect with me directly if you have any problems or concerns. And if you have any questions, please also provide those via the chat box. We'll get to them before the program ends. We ask that you keep your lines muted when you're not sharing, and now's the time to get started. Melissa Lutz, the virtual stage is all yours.
Hey everybody, well, we all planned on being together in Texas. This is even better, right? You can do it from the comfort of your own home or your office or your backyard or wherever you'd like to meet. So welcome to Build Business, First Timers Orientation. We're super excited for you to be here. And I just want to let you know that my first Build Business was 20 years ago, and I've been attending ever since, and it's been just a very rewarding thing for myself, and I know you'll hear more from the committee today. So I challenge all of you to learn and to grow and to stretch yourself a little bit, do things out of your comfort zone, learn things maybe you didn't know, and take it back to your office and tell everybody you learned them at SMPS, and really work on developing new bonds and relationships with people across the country. So we have a huge amount of people from all over the country and in Canada. So it's our North American chapters. Here's a map. Look how far and wide we are going within our reach today. So over the course of the next 5 days, you will get to meet people from all over the country. So please reach out, say hi, make new friends, and hopefully we'll all be able to see each other next year in person. Thanks so much for coming, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, so hi everyone. My name is Bethany Smith, and I am a fellow and a CPSM from the Greater Cincinnati chapter, and I am the incoming chairperson for Build Business this year. And I'm so excited to be here in this first timers. And I have to tell you, if I seem a little distracted, I keep watching this number go up, and it says we're at 143 people right now on this call. And I'm super excited to have so many people here for our first timers. My guess is there's probably some people on here who aren't first timers and they just wanted to stop by to see all their friends, which I think is amazing. But the hope that today is we're going to talk to you all a little bit about what to expect during this week. So I guess if you think about it that way, we're all first timers on this virtual platform, right? So I guess we're all in the same boat together. So let's go ahead and get started. And now if we were meeting in person, we would of course take the first couple minutes to do an icebreaker. And typically with the first timers, we'd want to do an icebreaker to see, you know, how much are we alike and how much are we different and how can we meet some people around the room. So since we can't really meet people around the room, we are going to do a little bit of an icebreaker though, just to kind of set the mood and kind of get moving forward. So hopefully you're all ready for that. So we're going to use the polling aspect of Zoom. So hopefully everyone should see their first question up, and it says, what are you looking forward to the most at Build Business? Is the first question. So, you know, if everyone could take some time and make their selection. Oh, and it's live. Oh, and then the second question is up too. Okay, look at this. Keynotes
They're
and
all
Max.
live, Bethany.
They're all live.
Live and kicking, yep.
All of them. Okay, so we've got all of them up there. This is great. So the second one, what's your go-to virtual platform? What have you missed? And what describes how you approach a video conference? So we'll give it a little bit of time for everyone. This is really fun to watch this side of it. I've never been on a Zoom call with a poll with this many people. So it's telling me like we have 67, 70% of people have voted, 80% of people voted, like it's going up as everyone votes, which is pretty cool. So we're looking forward to the most at Build Business. Keynotes and Max Talks, definitely. We've got some great stuff in store for you for that, which we'll talk to you about in a little bit. Live content to get me motivated, awesome. That's wonderful. But not too many people are looking forward to, well, I guess it is the most, right? But I'm going to tell you, those awards programs are going to be pretty awesome. So definitely make sure you do tune in for those. So the live content, yeah, that's great. And I think you guys are going to be really excited. We're going to talk a little bit more about what to expect and all those here in a minute. So what's your go-to virtual platform? We have a lot of Teams people and a lot of Team Zoom people and a lot of people. I really appreciate those 3 people out there who said, I hate virtual platforms. I feel you. I think by the end of this, we probably all feel the same way, right? What have you missed the most during the pandemic? Face-to-face interactions, hugs, going out, and then those brave souls, those introverts who have just absolutely loved being forced to not be around other people. It's funny when I have a couple of those self-proclaimed introverted friends, and they're like, I want everything to stay how it's been the last 6 months. And the rest of us are like crying in our Cheerios every morning because we want to get out into the real world. And then of course, what best describes how you approach a video conference. This is great. And here's the deal, guys. None of us know, right? I could assume when you say business ready head to toe, you could be lying. And who knows, because we really only see each other from the waist up. But hopefully that was a little bit of fun that we could have, and you could see, we give us an idea of what you guys are looking for over the next few days, but then also just to see what kind of a little bit of fun that we can have. So at this point, I'm actually going to turn it over to Gavin, and he's going to lead our discussion into what you guys can expect for the next few days. Gavin?
Welcome everybody to First Timers. It's been a few years since it was my First Timers, so I wanted to just let you a little bit, and for those of you in the audience that have been through this before, know the process. It's nice to see y'all. Preparing for these conferences really is a year-long event. 4 people come together with a group of individuals to form a 9-person committee to evaluate hundreds of proposals based on tracks, content, speaking dynamics. Then you go through the evaluation phase as well as the selection phase based on those previous tracks, topics, speakers speak, and how things are, everything down to how things are set up in the room. Then December hit, then January hit, and then everything changed. Then those same individuals, with a lot of help and a lot of, pivoting and focusing from various individuals over the course of the national staff, the conference committee, and all the volunteers that we had to help us change the dynamic and going from an on-site to a virtual environment. As Bethany started with, it's the first time any of us have been through this. So in a way, we're all our first timers together here. So when it happened, content changed, speaking changed, the types of speakers changed, dynamics about the entire conference changed. And here we are, 2 conferences in 1 year later. And I just think that y'all, one of those people that are on this one personally, had a great planning with y'all. I couldn't ask for a better team to be a part of. And I'm very proud to be a part of a team that's going to be preparing you and everybody in a essential way for the first timers of Build Business 2020. So with that, I'm going to toss it over to Marcy, and thank you very much. And I hope you all enjoy conference just as much as I did my first time and every time since then.
Thanks, Gavin. So Bethany?
Yes.
If you can share on transformation, and then I'll share some other information.
That sounds great. So we're going to spend the next couple minutes going through each different of the types of content that we have. So if you have any questions regarding any single one of those different types of content, you can put those questions into the chat box and we'll hopefully get to those. So first time, and that was one of the things, Gavin was with Gavin talking about, like, we wanted to take advantage of this platform that we have, and we could do that and offer all different types of content and try out some new things. So we're really excited. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the transformation sessions. Those are the pre-recorded sessions. We have 13 of those. They range from 45 minutes to 60 minutes in length. They should all be already all live. So if you go to the site, the website, and you log in with your credentials, you'll see those in the center. There's 3 different types of content, and you'll have I believe the transformation one is in the center. So that's the center one. So you can select that and start looking through any of those. Those are everything from technical skills, workplace equality, innovation, talent management. There are some great professionals there that have already recorded these. The other beauty of having this virtual is that we were able to tap into a much larger pool of professionals to help bring this information to you guys. So we do have a lot of practitioners who do these things for a living that are there to provide some insight to everyone. So hopefully you take advantage of those this week. I will probably need to look to Marcy. I don't remember how long those are going to be available, but definitely start taking a look at those when you have time and enjoying that content.
Absolutely. I'll jump in, Bethany. They will be available for 60 days. So everyone will have until December, mid-December to engage with that content.
Thank you so much, Marcy. So now I'm going to hand it over to Gavin, and he's going to tell you a little bit about those keynotes and our main stage events.
Well, thank you very much again. I'm back. Some of the key, first off, let me back up. Keynotes and mainstream events will be live streamed. There'll be 10 of them throughout the conference, starting with, where's his name? Well, starting with one of the biggest rock stars I know, Mark Schulman, who's been a drummer for a lot of, bands back in my day when I had hair. But since then, he has turned into a wonderful, very energetic speaker, perfect for this type of platform. He brings energy wherever he goes. He's a phenomenal drummer. And the way he presents his conquering crises fits right now. It really gives you a bit of oomph and a lot of energy. Followed by the next day, we've got a couple of Max talks. We've got the Max talks are they're more of a personal nature. They are a wonderful, wonderful feel good, and in some cases very forming. I've taken a lot of lessons learned out of these talks, applied them, and kept in touch with a couple of them because they've just been great influences. And then we've got a couple of award programs between the MCA Awards as well as the Evening of Excellence. The Evening of Excellence is the MCA Awards are really the Marketing Communication Awards that are chapters have submitted on. We are recognizing as well as the some of the marketing awards. The Evening of Excellence Awards are more along the lines of some individuals, fellowship as well as CPSM recognition. A great place to see some of your peers as well as celebrate the time and energy that your peers have put into getting said, certification or the designation as a fellow. I am not there yet, but maybe one day I will be. With that, I'm really looking forward to the awards. I'm also looking forward to the Evening of Excellence Gala. I think it's going to be great to see everybody. A different platform than I'm used to, but I'm still just looking forward to seeing everybody. So with that, I am now the right way. I'm going to kick it back to Marcy. I messed up the order there. See, I'm having technical difficulties as well. So if you see me in the Digital Skills Lab, just pull up a seat.
It's all good. It's all good, Gavin. So Gavin and Bethany shared a lot about what you're going to be learning and how you can connect with one another and engage with the content. But we have tried to think of everything, including how to keep you energized in this experience. And so with that, you will have 2 options during your breaks. You can join a virtual live DJ experience where you can dance, maybe not like someone's watching because we'll be watching. So it's going to be an environment like this. So we'll be able to see you dancing if you dance. So if that is something you're interested in, that is available. Or if you want to stretch your mind and your muscles, we're also going to offer yoga during the break. So we try to have something for everyone as part of how to keep you energized in this virtual space. Let's talk a little bit more about the content. Bethany, we're gonna jump into the Focus Forward sessions.
Yes, thanks, Marcy. So the Focus Forward sessions are being offered on Wednesday only. And this is definitely something that we added after the last 7 months of whatever the heck you want to call the last 7 months. Pandemic just doesn't even seem like a big enough word anymore. But we have 16 sessions, and these are each only 30 minutes, so a nice little quick bite. And they are more like case study type of experiences where people are, have talked about these different roles as it relates to COVID-19 and the pandemic and how they handled their roles during that. So we've got some topics about communication, business resilience, workplace, client engagement, and business development. And again, we've got, some great people from all over the country who have experience in this, and we're talking with them, in the moment about how they have pivoted within their role during the pandemic. So those should be really exciting. Again, those are on Wednesday. And but like everything else, as Marcy said earlier, they will be recorded and available afterwards. Gavin, do you want to talk about the hackathons?
We're playing tennis right now. Well, the hackathons are some of our more longer sessions. They are sessions where we are talking about things where we've got a few leaders from innovative and technical firms. They share some of the best ways to retain and recruit individuals, people management during rapid change, as well as how do you build a strategic plan and what's your brand look like versus it did a year ago. From the ways you communicate, different platforms. Looking at different, how do you look at finances now? Where's the money going to? Does it stay there? Do you have to move to a different, bucket of money? And then in some cases, we're a smaller firm where you can just throw an advantage out there where you are dealing with people in one geographic location and now they're in 23, all at home. They have different ways of communicating, different times that are good or bad based on different personal needs as well. So during the people management session, I will be sitting in on that one as well. I think that's definitely key right now to keep the culture of our firms, all of them, strong as can be as we're trying to do everything we can to help each other. With that, it's almost like you are talking about theory and then you're talking about application of said theory. So that to me is something that you can take away, you can apply, no matter which level within your firm you are, from coordinator to CEO. The idea is to understand what's happening, where your firm's going, and so that you as a person can also pivot or focus if you need to. And then the last thing I just wanted to mention is that there's a special foundation session that will be happening at the same time. We'll be hearing from two separate owners, and that'll be quite a topic. So I'm looking to see y'all around virtually, and hopefully when I get to the chapter somewhere here or there soon. Have a great experience, and I'll be back in a little bit.
Thanks, Gavin. So, and I did see somebody just ask, yes, the hackathons will only be on Thursday. But again, they will be recorded and available afterwards as well. So then the last large content form that we have are the Skills Acceleration Labs. So anyone, most people on here, or a lot of people on here, are first timers, but I know some people have been to previous build businesses. I can tell by our number with currently 165 people on this Zoom call. This is officially the largest Zoom call I have ever been on. So anyways, we have, in previous build businesses, we've had some pre-conference stuff where we did some skill building. And we wanted to still be able to deliver that type of content to everyone, even virtually. Additionally, we realized that, you know, a lot of the regional conferences didn't get to happen this year either. And that's also when a lot of skill building type of sessions would take place. So we wanted to make sure that we brought in some skill acceleration labs. So these are only 45 minutes and it's a little bit different, right? It's not that hands-on type of stuff that you would have gotten in a half day or a full day skill building, but we still wanted to be able to focus in on the basics of some of the skills that you might just need a little refresher on. Like consider these like a little adrenaline shot to your skills, right? So there's 15 of those. They are happening on Thursday and Friday. And just like everything else, they will be recorded and available later. We should have everything from team building, proposal preparation, leadership, writing, interviewing, budgeting, marketing programs, stories, branding, PR, social media. So a lot of great, there's just those skills that we all need. And whether you've been around for over 20 years or you've been around this industry for 20 months, you'll be able to get something out of each one of those. So I highly recommend breezing through or browsing through all those that we have to offer and starring the ones that you want to make sure that you hit, and definitely take advantage of those while you can. I know a lot of people have been asking about, are things going to be recorded so I can go back and look at it later? And yes, like we've said a million times, everything will be, but I do encourage you to attend them during the time that we are originally showing them. So if you have any questions at that time, they can be addressed, you know, or whatever it might be, so that we're collecting that information early and getting that out to everyone. So that's basically everything about the skill labs. So I'm going to hand it back over to Marcy now to talk, and she's going to talk about a few more things.
Thank you, Bethany. And we have all the dynamic content. It's going to be delivered in a variety of ways. So I want to share a tiny bit about how you're going to experience it. Of course, we talked about the transformation sessions. Those are on demand. You can consume it at your own pace. Bethany just said something really great. It would be great if you can participate in the real-time programming, which are the focus forwards, the hackathons, the skill accelerations labs. And here's why. Yes, the content will be recorded and you can go back and view it later. But the benefit is having and gleaning from one another in these spaces. And so for the focus forward, those are 30-minute case study type sessions. Well, it's going to feel like this. We'll be able to see each other's faces. We'll be able to hear from the facilitator, but we can also hear from one another. When you think about the hackathons, those are really problem solving and dynamic times of engagement. You want to be in the room, hearing it real time, if possible. And then to add again to what Bethany said, the skills accelerations labs. Now that's going to feel, it's going to be real time, but it's going to feel more like a webinar. So you won't be able to see everyone's faces, but you will be able to chat and ask questions and engage with one another during the program. So you have lots to choose from. So we look forward, as Gavin said, to seeing you around these virtual rooms. The business exchange. So the virtual business exchange is basically our virtual exhibit hall. That is where you can go to the logo wall. You can click on a sponsor or an exhibitor. Many of them have posted welcome videos or videos so that you can engage and understand their business. And then you also have the opportunity to click the button that says video chat. And there will be someone there live to have a one-to-one meeting with you whenever the video chat button is available. So be sure to visit our exhibitors and sponsors. You know, a great deal of what we're able to offer is because of their generosity. And so we do thank them. We've also talked about the awards programs. You have two really dynamic programs of recognition. So Thursday at noon, you can join and for the MCA Awards. And then we are rolling out the virtual red carpet for the Evening of Excellence. So we hope that you all are planning your outfits. I think I'm gonna wear something sequin, at least from the waist up. And then consider hosting a watch party. Like open your own personal Zoom, get some of your colleagues to get with you and watch and enjoy the awards program together. You know, really celebrate your colleagues and all of their achievements. So that's what we have for engagement and your learning experience. And so now I'm gonna punt it back over to Gavin because he's gonna talk about the importance of connection during this time.
So earlier I talked about this being my first conference as far as, virtual. Well, this is probably my 12th conference altogether. And I know some of you are laughing in the room going, that's nothing. One of the things that I did when I first joined SMPS is I have marketing background. I didn't have a business background, but my network was in Chicago. It was even in a suburb of Chicago until I met the local chapter. Few people took me under their wing and explained to me what it meant to be in SMPS and how to communicate with individuals and how, by your getting comfortable at different levels of communication, your network would eventually grow into different things. Well, it did that. It first grew regionally. It helped me understand the technology, the terminology, where the business was going, where the industry was going. It helped me understand the dynamics of marketing, what a brand means, perception of out there, and more importantly, this last couple of years, what an experience means at several different levels. And I think that's really what took me on was the different experience people were having, our customers, our internal staff, as well as people that were looking to maybe join our family. All of these individuals and all of this information that I got inside, work, we projects, we network together, help each other with regional differences and information. But what I want to get to put the most part is if I had not gone to SMPS that first day or in Chicago and come to a conference like this and sit in a room physically like you all are sitting in right now, I wouldn't be able to show you a map like this. And I hope you all can see it because I'm not sure if I can. This right here is just a few of the people that I've had the pleasure of working with over the last 15 years of my life. This map represents individuals, not projects. And there are a lot more than that on there. But I can look at each one of these and say, look at each one of these dots and geographically have a figure of who's where based on where the dot is. Like I said, some of these individuals helped me open an office. Other ones have helped just create a brand and understanding of different regions. So thank you to everybody. I'm going to end it just by saying, any chance you get to talk to somebody, to ask a question, to join a conversation, please do. I know you can watch the pre-recorded things. I'm going to have to do a few of them myself. But there's nothing but sitting across from somebody right now and looking at the live energy across their face when they find that and that light bulb goes off about them understanding something, and you either receiving that somehow or another is really good. So yes, I'd have to add Detroit as well, apparently, and Cleveland. So there's
Cincinnati.
a lot of here. I'm still adding them, but I love you all. I'll put more dots on there next year from some of the people on this conference call. So everybody enjoy it, and I'm going to kick it back to our Bethany. I'll just stay on here, and I'll let you.
Sure.
If you want to close it out.
Thanks, Gavin. Yeah. So I got to tell you. First of all, we currently have 166 people on this call, which is amazing. I am super excited. But you guys, let me tell you, we have over 700 people registered for this conference, okay? 700 people. That is so exciting. And if you recall the graphic that we showed at the very beginning, that we have almost every single state in the union, and we have Canada. Like this is an international conference, and I'm so excited that we are able to reach so many different, there it is again, right? We have so many different people that are joining us, and that's really exciting. And I've been looking through the pages and pages on this Zoom call of all the different people that are here and seeing so many familiar names, but also seeing so many new names and new faces. And that's really exciting for me as well. So I do want to add, so I think I mentioned at the beginning, I am the incoming chairperson for Build Business. And I really want to make sure that we stop for a second and say thank you to Mr. Wally Highs with HGR. He is actually not on the call today, right now, because he's working, as all of us are, but he was our conference chairperson this year. And I cannot tell you, there was not a better person to lead us through the crazy that happened over the last 7 months. Wally did a great job of keeping us focused and moving forward, and always keeping the 165 of you and the other, I'm in marketing, I can't do math, the other how many 700 minus 165 people that'll be joining us the rest of the week, keeping you guys top of mind and focused, and making sure that we were constantly making this accessible and filling this conference with things that you guys would all find valuable. So I really want to thank Wally for leading that charge. I'm also going to thank Donna Jacobowitz and Kenda Salisbury, who are the other 2 members of our committee besides Gavin and myself. And, we had a lot of fun and a lot of craziness planning this for you guys. So we hope that you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed planning it. And then I also wanted to do a quick call out to the folks that hardly ever get mentioned, and that's our HQ staff. They have been amazing, busting their butts, figuring out how to make everything happen and work, and all the new technology, and making this really seamless for everyone. So definitely want to take some time to thank them. And I hope you guys enjoy this next week. I know for me personally, SMPS Build Business is like my highlight of the year, right? It's like the 1 week of the year that I plan my entire life around. Like, my family has gone on vacation together every year for like 15 years. And I'm like, well, if they tried to plan it over Build Business, I'd be like, sorry, we're not going to be there, because I'm going to be at Build Business. And it's not only the people, it's the content, it's just the full experience. So, I definitely was feeling this huge sense of loss when we first started realizing that we weren't going to be able to be in person together. But I'm going to tell you that that sense of loss is totally gone, because we are all here right now, and we're providing so many different ways for you guys to interact with each other and connect. And, the programs are just one of those ways. I reiterate what Marcy said about watching the awards programs, especially the one on Thursday night, and get a Zoom call together and have some fun with it. I will be wearing sequins as well. And take your pictures and post them on, post everything on social media with the hashtag SMPS BB20, so that we can all share this experience together.
Well, I cannot add much to that, other than to just say it's been a pleasure. Like Bethany said, it's been a pleasure working with the committee. This is my last year on here. I've had an actually wonderful 4 years on here, and just like to thank you. Every committee member I've had an opportunity to work with, as well as the staff members, have been actually amazing. I really have. I've really look at myself as having a lot more friends now than just acquaintances because of that. And to all that you were asking me about my scarf, okay, there was one of you on this call. I'm a huge Arsenal Soccer Club fan, and one of you on this call knows it. And through this whole time, I've been getting chats on the side just from him giving me something. So I see a few phone call or a few questions down there. No, it's not my Harry Potter house scarf. So with that, I don't have anything else to say other than just really make it your best, make it a great experience, your best virtual experience. And, you know, hopefully we'll all see y'all next year under with Bethany's leadership in Portland. Have a great conference.
Thank you, Gavin and Bethany. And real quick, we'll just move right over to Q&A session. So Lauren, can you share any of the questions that were posted in the chat? And also, if you have any questions that weren't answered, feel free to post them now. Now's the time for us to address them. We have about 6 minutes to do so.
Yeah, thank you, Julio. And thank you again, everyone, for attending our awesome first-timer session. It's great to see all these smiling faces virtually. And I love to see all the representation of the virtual name badges. We had a few questions about how to get those templates. So definitely make sure to grab that from our Day 1 e-blast that went out to our attendees today. And you can go ahead and customize your name badge template. We created some fun ribbons to kind of show your SMPS pride if you're a CPSM or a fellow. So definitely make sure to get that name badge and go ahead and add that to your background. But Julio, I think we have a few questions that have come through. One from Pete, and that is, are there any times in the schedule explicitly about visiting exhibitors? So Marcy, I'll kick that to you.
Yes, they're going to be, we're adding those times today. We do have some on-demand exhibitor sessions that are going to take place, and you'll find that in your schedule. And then we're going to add some specific time on Friday for everyone to really go and engage with our exhibitors. So there's time every single day for you to engage with our exhibitors. Of course, you can engage with them during our breaks, but we will have some specific time, and we're adding that to the calendar today.
Great, great. And it looks like we also have a question that's come through too, just about going back to the full schedule and how to access that from the homepage.
Sure. So you can go to the buildbusiness.org website, and you can use the drop down and click the full schedule. You can go right into that. But many of you who have logged in and favorited your sessions, you know, you can bookmark the homepage of Event Scribe. So there are multiple ways for you to go back in, but you know, if you ever get lost or can't find it, buildbusiness.org, easy way to find it.
Great, great. And we've also had a few other questions to come through. It looks like there are some questions about just registering, and you know, as we've communicated to attendees, you know, your full conference registration includes access to all of the sessions and Cadmium. So just make sure to get your Cadmium, of course, access key that you should have been sent via email, and then you'll be able to access those sessions via the full schedule. And you can also customize your agenda as well. So you can favorite sessions by clicking on the star beside each of the sessions. And then there were also some questions too about how the CEUs work. Marcy, if you could go over that just for the CPSMs out there.
Sure. So of course, with our new process, you are self-reporting. And so at the end of the program, you would simply put in build business and the number of sessions. You don't have to put in individual breakouts or anything like that. You could just put in build business, and I attended 31 sessions and it equals 31 hours, but it'll be easy to self-report it. And our system with PTC, it's able to receive it just very simply. So it'll be easy for you to add and self-report. But if you have questions, you can always email us at knowledge@smps.org or me directly, marcy@smps.org.
Wonderful. And we have time for one more question. It looks like there's another question from Nicole about CEUs, and the question about how many CEUs per session. Of course, there's a total of 40 CPSM CEUs that can be earned altogether. But Marcy, if you just want to touch on that quickly about just the different sessions and the CEU amount per session.
Sure. And so it is noted on the program. If it's a 30-minute session, you get 0.5 CEUs. If it's a 1-hour session, you get 1 CEU. So it is noted on the actual session. And then we're happy to help answer any questions specific to, you know, how it's adding up and that sort of thing. We're happy to help with that.
Great. Well, Julio, I will kick it back to you to close this out.
Sounds good. So thank you everyone for joining Build Business 2020 First Timer Virtual Experience. The recording of the session will be made available by Monday, October 12th. And just like everything else, everything will be viewable for 60 days following the close of Build Business. A session evaluation will be shared via email at the completion of the full conference. And if you wish to receive AIA credits, please email knowledge@smps.org. And that concludes today's program.